All right, welcome back to Put on the List, another episode. I'm Andres, and with me as always is that other guy, Francisco.
The funny guy.
Anyways,
Fantastic.
this week we've got trailers, a whole bunch of trailers. We got some creepy corner trailers for that guy. We got one really cool trailer.
Ouch.
We got a couple of questionable trailers. We got some news. We got some sad news. We're gonna talk about that one. We got some Tarantino news, and we got some theme park news, which we never talk about. This will be an interesting one.
Get on the ride.
And we watched a bunch of stuff. Someone watched the Mr. and Mrs. Smith show. Apparently, they got some good reviews. Super curious. I like Donald Glover. See how that goes.
Don't hate.
Got a bunch of stuff from Netflix. Some stuff from Hulu, and you watched an Academy Award nominated film, and we're gonna talk about that one.
Oh yeah.
And Bestie Worstie again. I think this one's gonna be better than last week. And new to the list, a whole bunch of stuff, and our double feature.
Yeah.
What do you say, dude?
I say, let's start the show. Hey, Andres, what's up, man? We're back.
Yes, we are. Did you like how I cut that off? You in the beginning?
Yeah, I was like, oh, this guy wants to start a spicy. He must have had some hot sauce for breakfast or something.
Lunch. All right.
Yeah.
Oh man, I made my Chipotle salsa. I think I sent you a picture.
Yeah, look good.
Giant jar. It's so good. Anyways, before we go any further, the cool thing is we have a dedicated YouTube channel page.
Yeah.
And it has like artwork, and it's got like pictures of us and everything. It's still got a little ways to go. There's still some edges that need to be, smoothed out, but it's all there.
Yeah.
So if people want to like engage in shit, that's the place to do it.
Yeah.
Comment.
I mean, when you click on the video, people listen to in all different platforms.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go on the YouTube page and if you guys want to ask questions on the video, please feel free.
That's the best place.
I think we're gonna try to also put up questions or polls and see what you guys like and stuff. So we'll try to do that there and see.
Question like how much cooler is Andres and Francisco? Like 10 times, 20 times? We gotta get the math on that going. So we'll figure that one out.
Why didn't Andres like to share toys? I take everything with me.
How many planets evolve around Francisco's head? 2, 3, or are they just moons? Is it just moons that rotate around your head?
Andres think the Earth is flat? Yeah.
Join us for other fun theories on YouTube.
All right, Mr. Flat Earther. Now that we got that out of the way,
yeah,
you want to get started on these trailers or what?
Yes, we do.
All right. First up, Creepy Corner. Now we kind of watched the teaser like a couple weeks ago, and they released like little short clips. But this is the actual trailer, first trailer.
I was like so confused.
Yeah, you're by the teasers,
everything, and then and then when I watched the trailer for this, it didn't even give the title of the film underneath. I'm like, what am I watching here?
Yeah.
What?
To the end, the title part showed up at the end.
Yeah, and I'm like, what am I watching? Yeah. Anyways, it's all you, man. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of questions that are answered. I mean, there's some creepy shit going on, and you got, young people trying to fucking figure it out, I guess.
This is a trailer called Long Legs, by the way, because we didn't mention that earlier.
Nicolas Cage and some actors I've never heard of.
And Nicolas Cage is not even in the trailer unless I missed something.
So he must be the boogeyman.
There you go.
I don't know.
Are you going to watch this?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. Are you kidding me? Scary movies make money. Scary movies make money. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
When does this come out? Tell us.
July 12th, theaters.
Yeah. So you're going to go to the theater with your chonies, see how it goes?
Maybe. There's another one on here that's definitely going to be
chony worthy.
Let's take an extra pair of chonies to the theater.
We'll get to that one in a minute.
Yeah.
All right, next trailer.
Next up, Amy Winehouse biopic, Back to Black. No, no, no. You like that?
Take me back to rehab. No, no, no.
Opening May 17th in theaters.
Looks good.
Looks good.
Yeah.
I
want to
agree.
watch it.
Some stuff I thought I was well versed in her story because I've listened to some podcasts with Mark Brunson and stuff. I think that's his name. Mark he helped produce that album and create
I
the
didn't know
album
that.
with her.
That was a documentary too.
Yeah, and but there's some stuff in the trailer. I'm like, I didn't know that. Or like, oh, where's that going?
It looks
good. I'm excited. Check it out.
I don't know if I'll watch this in the theaters, but it looks good.
Yeah, the whole dad thing, look though, like the whole dad angle, like I'm not looking forward to that because it's kind of like the way it seemed was that he was like, yeah, you're just doing your art, baby. Like instead of like, hey, get some help, kind of. So we'll see how it goes.
We'll see. All right, the next one. Oh, you know what? This next one in the category of what the hell?
Yeah.
Man, I saw the name of this. I'm like, maybe it could be good.
Yeah.
I was talking about a little trailer called Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate. Megamind is the DreamWorks animated film from yesteryear, like 10, 13 years ago came out. It's funny. It's a funny film. Really fun cast. Brad Pitt was one of the voices. I'm like, this is funny. Also, Will Ferrell starred. And that entire voice cast, none of them are coming back. Like, this is like a whole new...
They did a good job of hiring a Tina Fey sound-alike.
Yeah, she sounded okay for a minute. I'm like, is it? Because that is not Wolf. There's no one.
That is not Will Ferrell, no.
It doesn't even look like the level of quality.
No.
Like, it's simplified. It's simplified. And it looks
not
simplified.
Great.
We'll just leave it there. I was surprised. Anyways.
I wanted to go back to Metrocity, but I can't.
This is on Peacock, so it's at least they're not trying to put this into the theaters where it'd get destroyed. All right. Next one.
Oh, Creepy Corner. This might be a Creepy Corner champ right here, the way the trailer looked. The name is Tarot, as tarot cards. In theaters May 10th. And like I like watching things like this, but I would never play the Ouija board or have somebody read my tarot cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's significant amount of documentation, even if it's fake, of bad shit just happening after you do that.
But you'll happily plunk down your money for a movie ticket and
but I'll watch it. I'll watch it. It's like watching a train wreck. You're not gonna turn away. Don't be that asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it its due respect. And but participation, no thanks. That's where I draw the line. Anyways, these people have not learned that yet because they're participating to the max. And there's some jump scares, woohoo, poor little Andres doesn't like that. But it looked good, man. It looked good and intense.
I gotta say, if I was a horror guy, I'd be digging this. Like, visually, I thought it looked really good.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, like, I'm like, are they just retaking that film with the hand? I don't know what it was called. Hand.
Talk to me.
And they're all sitting in the same group of dumbasses sitting in that same type of room in a big ass circle. And there's something on the table in the middle of all those dumbasses. And they're like, we shouldn't touch it, but we're gonna. So instead of like shaking the hand or whatever, the evil hand, they fucking turn over tarot cards and like, oh, you got the fucking dude who cuts people's heads off as your tarot card. I'm like, what's gonna happen here? And but visually it looks good. Like cinematography, the lighting, the designs, everything's like, ugh. I mean, it looks like they thought about it. They put some work into this, and I think you're gonna enjoy it. And I'm excited to see what you're gonna say. This is kind of
like popcorn slasher vibes, supernatural slasher vibes. Talk to me is elevated horror. All right, so get it right. Don't disrespect. Talk to me like that. But yeah, man, looks good. Looks fun. Looks like I'm gonna be like, ay, way, no mames. All the favorite catchphrases you can think of, I'm gonna be saying them. So yeah, looks good. May 10th, theaters, Tarot.
We need to mic you up one of these days watching these things in the theater.
Yeah, awkward laugh and two. All right.
All right. Next one. Last one.
Last one. All right. Let me read it right. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Yeah. Our
Guy
guy.
Ritchie. Guy
Our
Ritchie.
guy.
Dude, I mean, ever since The Gentleman, I'm like, this dude's put out some heaters.
Yeah.
And Henry Cavill starring in
Yeah.
it, looking the most opposite of Superman that he's looked in forever. I'm like, I'm all for it. Maybe The Witcher. No, yeah, he has some Superman qualities to that. He looks like a fucking dude who like came out of an alley and he's like, ah.
Yeah. He looks good in the suit. He doesn't look like they made the suit fit. Like they didn't get medium. They got like they got a tailor and they made it fit.
This looks cool. It's World War II where they recruit just people out of an insane asylum apparently to go help them fight the Nazis, and they just do all sorts of crazy shit. And they have a crazy cast.
Yeah,
and they just
they got excellence.
Yeah, in submarines and explosions and more explosions and like holy shit, and a lot of dead Nazis. I think is what we're in for. And it comes out theaters April 19th. Looks, I think, really fucking cool. And if they can get some of that gentleman energy going, I'm in.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of class with a little bit of bang bang.
Yeah, this is easily top of my list of all these films. Like, ooh, I'm looking forward to this one. It'll be fun.
I don't know. I think Tarot for me, like as soon as I saw Tarot, I sent it to my other Creepy Corner fam. Shout out to Sarah and Merch. What up? We doing it. And yeah, we're like, let's make this our next movie we can watch. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, that one's, I'm there too, man. I'm gonna try to watch all of these. Except the Mega Man movie. So yeah, top of the list for me is Tarot, and you got
the Ministry.
Long name one.
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
There you go.
Good with trailers. Good trailers.
Good with trailers. Good job.
Fun. All right, moving on.
All right, moving on to news and tidbits.
Yes.
Starting off sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Our guy Carl Weathers passed away at the age of 76 over the weekend.
Super unexpected. I mean, I thought he was going to be like in the next Mandalorian thing.
Yeah.
And like, this guy's going to just keep going. He just keeps popping up and doing cool things. And all the stuff that he does are always super cool and fun. Like, this dude's got energy for days.
Yeah.
Like, days.
Yeah. Man. It's so funny because, like, as a young kid watching his movies, at first, you didn't really like him. The characters he played. Because in Apollo Creed, when he was Apollo Creed in the first two, you're like, fuck you, Apollo. Or like, Dylan in Predator, you're like, But then you start seeing like Action Bronson and, other things that he did. And you're like, man, Rocky 3, you start feeling him more.
And then when he showed up in Happy Gilmore, I think everyone was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Because he kind of disappeared for a while, right? And it was kind of like he just came out of nowhere in that.
He's always around. He's always been fairly active, just not stuff that's like super popular, I think. But then he did that and everyone was like, holy shit. And it was hilarious. And then he turned that into another role years later in Arrested Development, where he played himself. And he was hilarious.
Yeah, he was hilarious in Arrested Development.
I was like, what? Oh my God. So funny. And then he jumped in, all of a sudden, boom, Mandalorian years later, which he directed a couple episodes, like really good.
Look at that, in the 70s.
Yeah. So that dude just keeps going. And then all of a sudden this, I'm like, what the shit? No word how it happened, but man, sucks.
Yeah. 76. Wow. What
he
a great career.
He had at least 10 more years of like cool stuff ahead of him too.
Yeah.
Easy.
Mando. Got that energy.
Yeah. He'll be missed. Sucks.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Mr. Carl Weathers.
All right.
Moving on. Brad Pitt and Tarantino reunite for the Film Critic.
It's called the Movie Critic, shithead.
The Movie Critic.
Tarantino's next film, the movie
films.
critic. And it's Brad Pitt apparently is now signed on, but they're not saying if he's going to be the main star or he's just in it. But I'm all for that. I think that's pretty dope.
Me too. I just hope there's some. This is Tarantino's last film, so I want some epicness. You know what I'm saying, from him? You know, like some of that. Give me something that I've never seen before. You know, like he does that. You know, he does that in a lot of his films where like I wasn't expecting. That's awesome. You know, like I just want it to be like a movie experience where you're like, that's how you go out, man.
I want it to be more than his last film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's like a solid film, but I think there's a lot of directors who could have made that. I want him to make a film no other director can make. And I'm hoping this is kind of it. He puts his giant, crazy, unique spin on it and just goes out like a champ. That's kind of all I'm hoping.
Yeah. Because like for me, I mean, I go back and forth, but like for me, Inglourious Basterds is my favorite most of the time.
Probably same.
Because just artistically and visually, I think he like that's the most grown up he has been behind the camera, as far as like the way everything looked. Everything looked beautiful from one frame to the next. So man, I can't wait to see that again or experience that through him.
Yeah, I love the storytelling in Inglourious Basterds. Just like one scene that jumps like 6 months to another scene, that jumps like a couple months to another scene, that jumps a couple months to another scene. And there's like a thin thread that's tying them all together, but it's just like, it's all about that scene. And how do you get into it? How do you get out of it? How do you get into it? How do you get out of it?
Yeah.
And then the movie ends, you're just like feeling mostly satisfied, kind of bummed, but mostly satisfied. Or like, shit, that was an epic story.
Yeah.
It just felt like So I
wonder if he has like a 4-hour cut of that. You know how they did was that number 8?
The Hateful Eight?
The Hateful Eight, yeah. Because it did 4 episodes on Netflix. Did you watch it that way?
No, I watched it in theaters in 70 millimeter. That was a rough one.
I don't know if you were trying to be an asshole there, but I caught it.
It was rough.
It was rough. No, I watched it. My high horse.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was being an asshole. I was letting you know. By the way, you're in the presence of superiority, and just wanted to sprinkle that in there, but not like directly.
I'm glad we're talking about it because so people know that that's the way you are.
I'm glad you picked up on that because I was worried. I'm like, am I that superior? Where this fucking guy is so inferior, he can't even pick on that shit up. Anyways, good for you. Good for you.
I fucking hate you. You elitist fuck. Anyways.
So yeah, 70 millimeter. Anyways, all right. Next and last piece of news. This is interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. The Dark Universe revived for a theme park. All right. So Universal,
Florida,
right? Yeah. Is like Universal, the parent theme company parks of like Universal Studios and all that shit. They have the rights to all these films, major films, and they're going to make this crazy park in Florida. And it's going to be called what? Universal Epic Universe.
Yeah.
Working title, I hope, because it sounds, a little hokey.
We'll see. But
it has it's like 5 theme parks. It's like their version of Disney World, I guess.
It's like 5 worlds all linked together in one. What's one theme park that has like 5 different areas? And the areas are like, there's a Harry Potter area. There's going to be a How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk area. I'm like, ooh, there's going to be a Harry Potter like, mystery,
a Mario magic one.
Yeah, the Super Mario World one. So they're taking things they already did and making them way bigger and adding more. Yeah. And they're theming all of them. And it looks like it's a really cool design. There's a video for it. Maybe we'll link it on our new YouTube channel. And I sent you the video. Yeah. And normally I'm like, whatever. But I saw this. I was like, this visually and design wise and theme wise, I was like, fuck, this looks cool.
Yeah.
And then we got into the monetary aspect of things. So what were you saying about it?
Yeah, it looks cool if you're fucking single and pay for yourself. But then you're like, fuck, I gotta take kids, feed kids, fucking make sure they have a roof. Cause I'll sleep on a bench. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that they got a roof. They got food. They got transportation. No hitchhiking with kids. But I'm like, damn, this is, and like, it's so big. Like, you need a week, and then you probably need another week to recover from the fucking overload of everything.
Plus,
You're talking about like 10, 12 G's later, you know, and you're like, damn, made some memories, and then the ungrateful little bastards won't even remember that later. Like, I just spent, 10%, 20% of my salary for you to have fun in a week. You don't care.
Dude, it's memories. Do you not love your children enough to have memories with your children?
I do. They remember when I tickle them. That's free.
Yeah, I hear you. I've never, it's so, I think I was talking to Christina about this world. Like, you know what? Like, I've never even registered the idea of like flying across the country, go to like this theme park area, like Walt Disney or Florida. Yeah. I even forgot there's Universal in Florida until I saw this. Because I know like, do I really want to drop, like you were saying, like 5 G's or something to go to like
more? I'm telling you more.
You know what I mean? Like that's never really been a thing that's like culturally. Yeah. And I wonder, like if I think about that, I'm like, no, I'm going to go to like France,
Japan. And let's go to Tokyo.
There you go. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like full on, like wherever I'm going, I'm going to go eat whatever they got. I'm going to eat all of it and drink all of it. But I think part of that is being from Southern California, having
at our disposal,
and you got Disneyland. Yeah, like Disneyland's literally a day trip. Like we would just go up and back, and you're good in one day. You wake up in your bed and you come home and you sleep in your bed. It's a long fucking day, but it's totally doable.
I'm not doing that either. I'm staying there. Like all the walking, are you kidding me?
Yeah, now
and all the fun just sucks up all your energy.
Yeah.
And by the end of Disney, you're like, you see the fireworks, you're like, oh my God, this is the most magical place in the world. And then you go to the hotel and you're like, pass out.
Exactly. But I don't want to spend 5 G's to fly across the country to do that. Like it's just never been like a thing.
Yeah.
It's like a local option. But it's just a cultural thing for me. Like if I'm going to go fly somewhere, I'm like I said, France or Asia, go do something totally crazy. But seeing this, I'm like, shit, do I have to go to a theme park now? Like that looks pretty epic. And do I gotta go to a theme park at least once in my life and do like a couple days of like, now I get it, or like it's fucking hot, let's get out of here. I don't know.
I think you should do it, man, and just go all in. It's been a minute since you've been to Disney because you haven't been on the ride yet.
Yeah, I know. I gotta.
The Star Wars ride. You know, Z still talked about that shit.
Hopefully this year.
She's like, it was 2 years ago. She's like, can we go back to Disneyland? I really want to go back on the Star Wars ride. Specifically, she got on everything, dude. She even got on the Indiana Jones one.
Yeah.
But she barely made it, the height requirements, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the one that she thinks about. That's the one.
That's pretty dope. So, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Theme parks. A rare topic, but kind of fun because it's all Harry Pottered out and Nintendo'd out.
Yeah.
I think I'd be excited for the How to Train Your Dragon one. Like, give me a fucking How to Train Your Dragon ride. I'm happy.
I say over under fucking 10 hours before you start crying. I'm good.
You mean being
good.
there?
Huh?
You mean being at the park?
Yeah, being there, like, and the amount of people around there. You'd be like, oh.
There's going to be other people there too?
Huh?
There's going to be other people there too?
I just be like, hey, bro, just get your Comic-Con. Get your Comic-Con vibes on, bro. Like,
get my Comic-Con pants on and just go.
Yeah, just go, man. Just go. Don't start. We once stood in a line for
let's not talk
hours and I got in. So
yeah, we're not going to go there. It took like a year to recover from that fucking heartbreak.
Yeah.
All right.
That shit.
Anyways, let's move on.
All right. Next up, we got what we watched. We watched some things.
Yep.
Some cool things. At least I did. I don't know about you. Yeah.
Started.
Mr. Mrs. Smith on Prime.
Yeah.
With Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, and I don't know her name's Maya, but I don't know if she's a newcomer or have you seen her or anything else? The lady, the girl.
I haven't seen the show, so clearly I have not seen her.
Yeah, but you've seen the trailer, right, asshole?
A little bit, yeah.
You've seen what the person looks like. Don't be like, Don't be ignorant.
She didn't ring any bells.
Okay. There you go. That's all you had to do.
That's all.
It's happy? Not hard work.
Hey. Did you review the fucking show?
All right. You stop being an asshole. All right. Here we go. The show's great. It's nothing like the movie as far as like it's kind of like opposite. It's like a meet cute and they're assassins together. Right? And then this all happens in the first 15 20 minutes. So it's not like I'm giving anything away. It's like that's the basic plot and how two people becoming assassins together could potentially fall in love, I guess. And they go on missions and stuff. It's pretty cool. And they have weird chemistry. Like they're weird in their own separate ways. So they kind of like they're cute together in a sense. But the chemistry is good and yeah, really cool. And like, I mean, the directing is really awesome and the way everything looks pretty dope. I'm excited to finish it.
Sounds like I should get into it now. Put it on my list. And then
only if you come down from the mountain of fucking assholeness.
Then I can come back and review the show properly and explain, like, go ahead, good cinematography. The fight sequences are really well choreographed instead of like, it's cool. There's this thing. It's cool.
Not funny.
All right, I'm going to check it out.
I just said the director was great. The directing was great.
Based on it being cool, I'll check it out.
You're up.
Oh, is Dirtbag? Is it my Dirtbag time? All right. I on Netflix, they just dropped Dumb Money like a week ago. And I was looking forward to this. This was directed by Craig Gillespie, some shit. He did I, Tonya. Stop shaking your head. He did I, Tonya, and he did the Pam and Tommy thing on Hulu. Both of them were like really well done. Those projects punched way above their weight. And he's got like a dark sense of humor. And that shit was just hilarious. Like, I, Tonya is crazy. That show, it's really good. And so I was looking forward to this. And this film, not that good. I don't know what else to say. It's got like a killer cast, but they try to jam way too many characters that you're trying to follow. Most of the characters have like no bearing on the outcome of the film or what's happening. You're just kind of like, why are we watching like 10 different storylines when none of them have to do with a lot or the outcome of the film? And then it explained much of what was happening. Is they kind of skipped over so many little things. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Like, there's so much crazy shit that happened. There's so much story to mine here, and they mined almost none of it. And I'm like, they just missed all the opportunities, and the film kind of ended. And you're just like, I guess things are kind of fucked up. Yes, but you could have really gone into it. Anyways, can't really recommend it. Wasn't great. It was like barely good enough. It wasn't even that funny. Like he does like dark humor so well, and just barely had any. And tons of talent, just kind of doesn't really do much. Like Nick Offerman, come on, man. I'm like, yeah, do something cool. Not really. Yeah, I don't know. I just think they got the tone all wrong and not that entertaining or informative. So yeah, Dumb Money, Netflix, bottom of the list. Moving on.
Yeah, they didn't really call to me. Next up, we got Orion and the Dark. Animated film about a little boy that's scared of everything, including the dark. And the dark decides, I'm going to teach him some cool things I do. And he's going to love the dark after I show him everything. And then everything gets jacked up after that. Basically kidnapping, for one. But the movie was cool. It had heart and the storytelling. Like, it's kind of weird because I felt like there was a couple times where it could have ended and they kept kind of like, whoa, here we are somewhere different. And it just kept going down like this pretty cool direction. That
like in a Return to the King kind of way? Or it's like, okay.
No, it didn't have like 10 endings. It was more like, instead of ending, it made a left turn and then a right turn. And you're like, oh, okay. And it kind of like kept evolving and stuff. Because there was a couple times like it's over. I'm like, oh, they weren't waving like, "Hey, we're done, yay," or like, "Let's have a sleepover," like in Return of the King. But yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it. Zenaida liked it a lot too. And yeah,
questions.
I recommend it. Especially if you have kids, watch it with your kids. It's cool.
Question.
I mean,
this
it's
was
a kids movie.
Written by Charlie Kaufman, who did some wild films in the past, like being John Malkovich and Eternal Sunshine. Did it have
tracks?
Did it have any of that in it? Like, did you see like his flavor throughout, or
not throughout? But there's a couple of things that are like, oh, okay, because like it starts with like the dad telling the story to the little girl because she's scared of the dark, and he's like, "Oh, when I was a kid, I was scared of the dark." So he's telling his story, and he's Orion as a little kid, and when he meets the dark, but something happens where the little girl goes into the story, and instead of just and like it's happening in the past and in real time at the same time. So there you go. There's Andy Kaufman right there.
Okay, I'm looking forward to checking it out. How'd you like the animation style?
It's not like my favorite because I was like, these kids don't have eyelids at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like the eyes are just round and they only have eyelids when they blink. And that's like one thing I couldn't stop staring at. I'm like, blink, blink, fucker, blink. But when it got to be like the broad space and like the cinematic parts were cool, but like the characters were a little bit dull.
Okay.
And at some points I was like, this is a little bit Inside Out-ish,
Okay. I'm curious about this shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good overall.
I mean, you would think like an Andy Kaufman written or Charlie Kaufman written, film would be pumped huge onto Netflix, but they're not really promoting it that much. So,
what's in the top 10? I think it's number 1 or 2 movies.
I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen it enough, but I'm gonna check it out. I don't know when.
Yeah, it's good. Check it out.
All right.
Moving on.
Next,
you watch something else?
Yeah, Self Reliance, starring Jake Johnson. What cracks me up? It's on Hulu. It just dropped, and gotta tell you, I'll just start off here. Fun premise. He's a guy who makes a deal with a reality show in the dark web that if he signs on the dotted line and doesn't get murdered in 30 days, he gets $1 million. And the whole premise is he can't be alone. He can only be murdered when he's alone. Therefore, he's always with people and trying to make friends. And he starts hanging out with Andrew Kendrick, and then a whole bunch of other interesting things happen along the way here and there. But overall, for it as an absurd premise, is supposed to be like a comedy. It's like ridiculous, over the top. Not that funny. Kind of dull. Like there's like, again, a lot of opportunity for all kinds of crazy storytelling. It was kind of like, and it's kind of ended. You're like, huh. And I get what they're trying.
Were the jokes not landing or what?
I don't think there's many jokes, period.
There wasn't that many jokes.
It was like more of like a dark, sad kind of thing. So like, this guy, not a happy guy. This guy's not well. And you start, things kind of start coming apart a little bit here, a little bit there, but it's not even like interesting, or you're not even rooting for him half the time. You're like, what is happening? And like the whole assassin thing could have been hilarious. There's like one thing that kind of happened a few times that was pretty funny and cool, but that's not enough to like, I wouldn't watch this film again. I'm like, oh, I'm good. And Jake Johnson wrote and directed this, so I'm hoping, we got this is the first time he directed, so I'm hoping his next efforts are just way more, just more. Give us more. Throw all the craziness in there. Like take an absurd thing and make it absurder, crazy. Like make it funnier. Didn't happen on this one. I don't know what to tell you. I think you'll be super bored watching it, and I'm good.
All right.
But hey, we didn't quit.
Endorsement.
We didn't quit.
You did? Oh,
so it didn't go to that level. That's what I was
going to ask you. You finished both movies?
Yeah.
Wow, good job. Do you feel like a sense of completion?
No. I was like, I don't know. These were like, they had potential and they just kind of like fizzled. And you're like,
damn
it.
Waiting for it, or did you like, were you like, I'm going to turn this shit off, and you just didn't?
No, I was kind of like hoping for more.
That it would have a payoff.
And then like it just didn't really happen. It was never like terrible to the point where you wanted to turn it off, but it was just kind of like, it was fast paced enough where it's keeping us in. I'm like, okay, maybe something. Okay, maybe something.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. we're not getting that something. And roll credits. Oh well, that's all. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
All right. Well, I watched something else that's cool. You've already seen it and you talked about it before. Holdovers on Peacock, starring Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Who's the director? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Alexander Payne.
Man, it's a good movie.
It's good.
It's good. Good. It's just one of those, like, they don't make these just like solid from start to finish. It's not great, but it's just fucking better than most.
You're not gonna like your mind's not gonna be blown. Your life's not gonna be changed.
Yeah, as you go for like does their job.
It's a classic style film. You know, it feels like something from like, I don't know, the early 80s maybe or something.
Yeah,
and it has that feel. And this film starts slow. Like the first like 15 minutes or something are a little rough, at least for us. We're like, is this kind of a little bit more? And you kind of see where they started to go. And every like 5 or 10 minutes, they start revealing a new thing. You're like, oh shit. And something else. You're like, oh shit.
I like how they were setting it up. You know, people getting ready to leave for a break and, you know, getting to know some of the characters are like, oh, this kid's a dick. This kid is that. This kid is that, you know? So you kind of get a glimpse at it. It weirdly took a turn because I wasn't expecting all the kids to leave except one. You know, I was kind of like
same thing.
I'm like, what happened here? And then it became a different story and stuff, and that was kind of cool. It kind of like they had to bond even more, the student and the teacher, right?
Yeah,
Paul Giamatti's character, and I don't know the other kid's name.
I forgot
his name.
Yeah,
tall, skinny kid.
Yeah.
But he did a great job. Everybody did a great job.
Did you know that was his first film? He's not like
he's not an actor. Like he hasn't.
I think I swear. Okay, I don't know how true this is because I didn't research it, but I heard somewhere that they were in order to shoot at this school, they had to like make a deal with them to like allow the students to like audition and whatnot. And I think this kid actually attended that school, and he auditioned and they loved it. And I was like, this guy's like a natural. He felt like great on screen. I'm like, this is his first film?
Yeah. For a second, he was giving me that skinny kid from Stranger Things vibes.
Yeah.
They could be related and shit.
He had a little of that early Ezra Miller thing. I was like, okay. I could see this guy playing like the Joker or something, some kind of a throwback thing. I'm like, okay. He's got like this interesting look and type, and I'm like, okay. And he was really like sincere the whole movie. I'm like, damn, this guy's good.
Yeah.
And the supporting actress whose name escapes me right now, she was fantastic. Her storyline was like good and sad. I'm like, geez.
Yeah.
And so they really get into stuff. And
there wasn't a lot of happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, I was like, this is a good film.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah.
No wonder it got nominated, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is easily one of the better films of the year by far. And it's on Peacock.
Yeah, check it out. Top of the list.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, moving on to Bestie Worstie.
Yeah.
All right. You want to go first? Do you want me to go?
I'll go. I think you went first last time. Bestie. This is I'm gonna go with Bestie on this one. We started to I don't even know, a couple of weeks ago. I don't know how or why, but we restarted watching The Last of Us from the beginning again. We're just like, let's put something easy on. And we just kind of kept going over the last couple of weeks, like when we wanted to fill some time in or whatever. So we started watching The Last of Us again. And dude, that shit still holds up so well. Like that's easily the best thing. At least we finished this week, and we finished it. So that goes under the Bestie category because that shit's still fucking good.
Did you watch the first episode or
the whole series?
Oh yeah.
And it's still like, damn, you see more and you understand their relationship more.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is good. Worstie. And this is something I'm curious about you. This is a question. Worstie was, we turned on Amazon to watch a show, and because we just wanted to fill in some time, as we hit play on Prime, and immediately a fucking shit commercial just started playing. Some like Clorox wipes, blah, blah, blah. What the shit? Like, what? And then it happened again in the middle of the show. It's only a 30-minute show, and they're like putting commercials into it. And again, you're like, what? And that was the worst thing that happened this week when watching something on the screen, because you're paying fucking money and like, here's commercials. in the middle of the most inappropriate times. And like now it's like, do we pay the $3 or not? Because that shit was like, oh,
annoying.
That was terrible. It changes the mood. And you're so used to like, you have your subscription, you push your button, and there it is for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a smooth, it's smooth. And it's I don't want to call it unfiltered, but there's no like friction into it. There's nothing that takes you out of it. It's like going to a movie theater and like, I don't know. Anyways, that shit sucked.
I remember last week when I first turned on Prime and they gave me the message on there like, oh, starting blah, 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 $2.99. I was like, I took a picture of it. I forgot to send it to you. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And yeah, I don't know if I've been on Prime since.
Isn't Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Prime though?
Oh yeah.
That's what my question was going to be because I was saving it for this. Like you didn't have commercials show up during that shit?
Not really. I don't recall commercials.
Wow, they must not have got you yet. Or when did you watch it? Because it just started a couple days ago, I think. So maybe you watched it before.
Yeah, I watched it when it dropped. Whenever that thing. It's been a few days since I watched it. I watched 3 episodes. Bang, bang, bang. Because they binged, they dropped them all. They didn't go week by week. They dropped all the episodes at once. Okay. So the whole season's on.
Damn. But yeah, let me know what you think when you start getting back into Amazon. Because
what did you put on that gave you commercials?
Fleabag.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll see. All right. Bestie Worstie. Bestie Worstie for me.
Yeah.
All right. I'm super. I don't know if you understand how excited I am for Dune 2 to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been kind of like going on YouTube and looking at some of the stuff they're doing leading up to the release.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched the interview of the cast with Jimmy Kimmel. And all of them were up there. Florence Pugh, Zendaya, Timmy, and the Butler kid. And it was fun. And I was like, I'm just so excited for the movie. And it looks awesome. And they showed a couple clips and just seeing them all together. That was like with Jimmy and stuff. And they played like a true or false game. That was a little bestie, like a little nugget of...
Sure. It brought you some joy.
Yeah, and I'm even more excited for the movie.
Did you get tickets?
And they showed the stupid popcorn fucking thing with and they're like, what? They hadn't seen it. And they're like, what's that? That looks horrible. Like you have to put your hand in there. You can't even grab popcorn out of it. I'm just like, but anyways, I'm tempted to get in that thing when I go watch the movie just to have it as like, this is the dumbest design of all time.
You should.
And like, here's a warm.
Put it on this shelf behind you when we record. So people could be like, remind you, like next to your dumb head is your dumb popcorn thing.
I know. Yeah. And well, anyways, that was the bestie thing I saw. And yeah, they all look really nice.
Did you get your tickets already? Because the tickets went on sale like a week or 2 ago, and I heard it crashed some of the systems.
Oh, really? No, I have to. I'm gonna probably get them this week sometime.
IMAX, son, IMAX.
I know. I have to figure that out because you know, some of us have kids.
Yeah,
and we have to figure things out.
Don't take her.
We just can't be like, hey, you want? Yeah, let's go. All right. Okay. Yeah, so we have to figure it out. But yeah, definitely gonna check it out on IMAX.
What's the worstie?
Bestie Worstie. Next up, Worstie. So I was kind of going through HBO Max and I'm like, oh, what's new? Just added. And there was like this thing called Dicks, the musical. And I didn't watch it. I watched the trailer and that alone was the worst thing I've seen. And it was not even like the subject matter. It's like, it was just like, it looked really badly done. And like the jokes were like super tacky. I'm like, they're like, I love me some dad jokes. And these jokes in this trailer were worse than dad jokes. They were just super tacky and corny. And I'm like, this is an award-winning musical? And I don't like musicals to begin with. But it was just, man, have you seen that shit?
Dude, we reviewed the trailer together a while ago. Yeah, we were both scratching our heads.
I think this trailer's worse than that one that we watched.
Ooh. So they cut a whole new trailer.
More. I'm like, oh, there's 2 twin brothers. They're twin brothers. They're not even twins. The actors are 2 different actors. Anyways, that was the worst thing I've seen.
Sold. Good job.
Don't. I mean, watch it if you like. Musicals and stuff. But man, for me, I was like not feeling it. And I had just come off being Yay Willy Wonka, and that's a musical.
Available soon.
Bestie Worstie.
All right. Good job.
All done.
Moving on
to new to the list. I'm excited for season 2 of Tokyo Vice on Max.
I didn't finish the first one. I watched maybe 2 episodes, and it hadn't started to get really going at that point, but it's really well done. I should definitely get back into it. But yeah, that's this week, Tokyo Vice season 2.
Yeah, a couple days. Yeah, I'm excited. All the cast is back. Michael Mann produced. All right, next up we got Halo season 2 on Paramount Plus, also February 8th.
Have not seen it.
I watched the first couple episodes, and it wasn't bad or anything like that, but I didn't know any of the storyline. But I guess at the end of the season, the action picked up, and supposedly season 2's got a lot more firepower. You know what I'm saying?
So that's where they spent the money.
Yeah, they're like, okay, we'll just give the fans what they want.
The actors passed their safety classes with the guns finally, so they got to start using them.
Well, they put like a love story in the first season, and people were like, "What the fuck? Love story? What?"
I've heard a lot of criticism from the people who like the game. They're like, "What is this?"
Yeah. So, anyways, but I like the lead actor that plays the what's it like? The
Master
Chief. Yeah. I like him.
I'll check it out.
He was in Den of Thieves. All right, moving on. 3 Body Problem on Netflix, March 21st.
Still a ways away.
Yeah, but it's got some crazy sci-fi kind of potential.
The marketing machine is starting to get revved up for this thing.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I think it's either going to be a home run or a whiff. We'll see. We'll see. And then the last one.
Your favorite.
This is, dude, all right. The Marvels. This should be on Disney by the time this episode drops. That's the Captain Marvel sequel. I've heard mixed things. I've heard some people who hated it. Then I've heard some people who had a great time with it because they didn't take it too serious. And I think the thing I want to watch is, what's her name? Kamala Khan. Like, her character was so hilarious. And like, for that alone, I kind of like, I think I'll watch it for that. But I will keep my expectations low. And if it's just a click on Disney, turn that shit off if it's not working. But everyone's already been forewarned. And it's also like one of Marvel's lowest grossing films. And it was crazy because the first Captain Marvel made like $1 billion at the box office. And then it went from that to this to like a blip at the box office. I'm like, damn, Marvel is continually in trouble. Anyways, if you want to see why, there you go. The Marvels, check it out. Maybe. Are you going to watch it? I'm curious. I'm just for a review. I think it would be fun to like.
I don't know. I haven't watched a few of the last Marvel movies. I never watched the Eternals.
I didn't see that.
I don't know. We'll see. And it's one of the worst box office ones. Did you mention that?
Yeah.
It didn't crack like whatever amount of money.
Yeah. So the first one made $1 billion, and this one did like a blip.
Yeah, but it made less than the worst of the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's not looking good.
Yeah. Anyways, but it's free now, and we'll see. I don't know. I think if the reviews from the people who say just relax and have a good time are true, this film might do really well on Disney because the entry of just click the button versus take everyone to the theater way easier and lower. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I mean, my sister, shout out Brenda, she went to watch it, and I think she was like mixed low bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and she's not she doesn't keep up with any of the superhero stuff.
Dude, you should have told her No, you got to watch the 30 other films before this one, so you can you could be on the inside club, the cool kids.
What would you call that? The 30th edition? You know, like part 30. This is a part 30. You skipped some.
Yeah, I don't know. Too many. Plus the TV shows, which are also like 10 hours each. I'm like, dude. Anyways.
Which were mostly not great.
Yeah, there's some misses. All right. Moving on.
Moving on to Sadness double feature. Because we're sad. Mr. Carl Weathers. All right. We're going to do Carl Weathers double feature.
I mean,
this is just like
just go
I'm
ahead.
just going to pick mine.
Just do it.
Pick mine.
Just go.
I'm going to go with, Predator.
Of course.
It's probably my third, fourth favorite movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I just love this movie from beginning to end. There's not a flaw in it. And he plays like a great monkey wrench / villain for a little bit.
Like a pencil pusher bureaucrat / commando in the jungle who doesn't own a shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he gives you bad vibes right off the bat, like this guy. And then you find out he's lying the whole time. And if you want to go for, to they literally shoot his guns off. And then he's got no guns, but his hands are holding the guns. That's a pretty good shot. And I remember that.
He might have the coolest, badass death. He's got no arm.
No arms. They shoot both of them off.
No, he got one. No, he still has one. One gets shot off, and then with his other arm, he goes around and grabs the other gun that's hanging off his side. He goes like this to
grab the other Uzi.
Yeah, and
doesn't it get shot off at the same time?
No, because right as he's grabbing it, homie's right on top of him.
He's like,
and then he lifts him into the air, and he's still shooting in the air as he lifts. Oh man, that's pretty tight. He didn't give up. He's like, oh shit, I lost my arm. Got to get my other arm in this action. Anyways, he went out like a champ in that one, but pretty much most of them did. Predator, awesome. I said I'm gonna go the opposite direction because I'm like, he had a good run in Arrested Development with his comedy. Like he was hilarious. So I'm gonna go with where it started is Happy Gilmore. You're like, what? Carl Weathers is what? Chubbs? What? That shit was so unexpectedly funny, and it was like a lot of heart. And he, going from an action guy to taking on that silly role and just owning that role, he went straight all in, and it's hilarious. Good for him for being a great sport and just doing that.
That movie had a lot of surprises. I remember watching it in the theater. I was like, what? It was great.
But yeah, Happy Gilmore, it kind of re-kicked off him as is Carl Weathers still around doing his thing. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
So that's our pick. There you go. Predator, Happy Gilmore. Depending on your mood and how you want to start it and end it, you got to decide which one goes first.
And I think that's where my dad, after watching that movie, I'm pretty sure the first time I heard the word motherfucker, or that I can remember.
What, Predator?
Yeah. And then, because I'm not, we had just moved to the States. But my dad, after that, loved that word. It became his favorite word.
All one word.
He pulled the whole, it could be an adjective, noun, and verb.
Do you understand the diversity of this, mijo?
And it was everything in Spanish except that word. I say, pinche motherfucker. Oh man. I was like, yep, he knows English.
That's when you know it's a thing where it's before Predator and after Predator.
Yeah. There's too many R's in it for me, man. I got always get stuck on it. But yeah, there we go.
Carl Weathers, badass. Oh, just to correct you earlier, you said, oh man, Action Bronson as a Carl Weathers film. It's Action Jackson, dick shit.
Oh yeah, Action Bronson. Do you know who that is?
No, who the fuck is Action Bronson?
He's a rapper.
Oh my god, yeah,
and a chef.
Action Jackson. I like that film. It's not
Action Bronson.
It's not a great film.
Of course you don't know.
No.
Of course you don't know. No culture.
Taste. Good taste. Anyways.
Yeah, he has a TV show called Fuck It's Delicious.
Oh, I've seen that.
Well, that's who that is.
Well, thanks for fucking ruining it.
Who? How did I ruin it?
I don't know.
Jerk. Anyways, that's our show. Anything else you want to mess up before we go?
I mean, correcting you. I think I'm good. I think we've thoroughly fucking jabbed each other in the face.
Yeah. Must be that Super Bowl thing, huh? I'm rooting against the Niners.
I'm rooting against a bunch of food in my face, or for a bunch of food in my face. Like whoever wins.
Are you gonna have a good spread?
On paper, right now we have a good spread. We'll see how much actually gets
Are you gonna keep that long pause in the edit? Did I break the computer? Like, what the fuck happened?
I was trying to think of like
you're like, am I gonna watch the game?
Dude, you should see like all the giant. I have a notebook with like a whole page listed out with like different foods and whatnot. I'm like, this is all awesome. This is gonna take a week to make. That shit ain't happening. We gotta narrow this down. So yeah, so we'll figure it out. But yes. Anyways, yeah, we'll talk about Super Bowl next week.
Sweet.
All right.
Well, that's our show, everybody. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Check out our new page on YouTube. Our YouTube channel.
Yeah, give us some comments. We'll jump in there.
Yeah. Let us know. Tell Andres to get off his high horse. Leave comments, recommendations, anything you like. Are we missing something out there? Let us know. I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres.
Have a great week. 2 nerds, 1 pod. Vámonos. Let's go. Put it on a list.